That's another thing. That's really interesting. My team is super low net worth here. I'm 1v9ing, but if I take the towers, if we get 4 towers and an enemy tormentor, like, they're going to get a lot of gold, and maybe they can help me more. I'm feeling very calm, very zen right now. I just got back from my yoga class. I took a hot shower, I ate dinner, I did my skincare routine, and I wish I was feeling that way earlier when I was playing my Dota games, because I made some gameplay decisions that reflect very poorly on me as a player, and I want to correct them going forward. And that's why I'm making this video, to review my mistakes and learn from them. And my hope is that you guys can learn with me. And I really enjoy your guys' comments, every single one of them, even if they're, negative. Actually, okay, that's a lie. I don't enjoy the negative comments. I like the constructive comments, though. I got feedback on my last video in this series. It was basically to, like, trim the fat off my videos. So I'm going to take that, and I'm going to just only keep the key points. This is kind of meant to be like a Dota like vlog, right? Like, I'm just kind of chatting candidly, authentically about my games and how I feel about them and my mental during them, because mental is a huge issue for me in Dota, but not in the way that most people, I think, experience it. I think when I say that like mental's a problem for me, people will think that I'd be raging on the mic and like breaking my items and stuff like that. But that's not what crashing out looks like for me. For me, crashing out looks like I just make really poor gameplay decisions, and I try to do too much in the game. Like, I try to do things that my hero can't do. And a lot of the time, this will be overcompensating for my teammates' inadequacy. And if you're new here, on this channel, we're not focusing on my teammates' inadequacy. We're focusing on ourselves and our gameplay, because that's what we can control. I'm uncalibrated right now, and I think my MMR is pretty low. It kind of feels like I'm smurfing, to be honest. I'm recalibrating in high divine, low immortal right now, so it's around 5.6, 5.7k. I'm really trying to work on not crashing out and just playing my Dota until the very end, because a lot of times I'll make a decision, and like I said earlier, it will just reflect poorly on me as a player. Like, I will know kind of before I make the play that it's bad, or if I just stopped and I thought for a second, I would know that it's a bad play, so I like kick myself for making it. But I'm trying not to be super hard on myself, because I guess that's like something I've kind of struggled with as a person in the past. So we're just going to identify what I did wrong, and I'm going to try my best to not do that going forward. This is my ranked week. I played these 2 matches today, and I'm doing pretty well, honestly. This game was kind of a fluke. I don't really want to talk about it. It was one of those games where our team kind of expected to win, and this was solo queue, but like the guy who got featured was on like a 10 in a row win streak, and he was MVP of like 11 of his last 20 games. And when we got into the game before the horn, my team was like, double down, like, let's go, guys. And everyone's like into the mic, like pog champing, like bat chesting. And in my experience, you lose those games, because even if we're a lot better than the enemy team, people kind of feel like they have the pass. But anyway, by the pass, I just mean that people feel like they don't have to play their best to win, and so everybody plays at a lower skill level because they think they're going to get carried, or they think that their team's going to play well. And I was actually included in this. I did not play well in this game at all. And I mean, my score reflects that. But in these games, even the losses, I'm playing pretty well. In this game, yeah, I have 27 kills and 3 deaths. And the reality is that's what it takes to win these games. I really enjoyed this game, actually. I remember I had such a boss CM. I really liked the way this guy supported. I just remember, I mean, he laned pretty well. Like, we owned our lane. This guy just did everything I want to support to do. He bought items to buff me up. He was giving me moral support in the game. I remember I made a play and I killed the enemy mid, but I died at 12 minutes, but I had my Battle Fury, and then I pinged my Battle Fury when I was like, oh, that was a big Phoenix kill though. And then I pinged my Battle Fury, and then he goes, affirmative, nice. And the small things go a long way for your carry if you're a support watching this. We appreciate the moral support as well. Also, I was taking Roshan, and I have like a help chat wheel. It's like help with some hearts. And then he goes affirmative, and then he pings a greater healing Lotus, and then he comes to the Rosh pit and he greater healing Lotuses me. And this guy, he's just aware, he's aware of who's 1v9ing the game and just what he needs to do to support him both in the game but also psychologically, because these ranked games get kind of hard psychologically if you're anything like me. A lot of the time it takes performances like this to win a game. Which sounds extreme, but it's just kind of the way it is if you want to climb. This game actually broke my heart. I'm not going to lie. I think there's a little bit of trauma that I need to unpack, because this freak on the enemy offlane last picked his Viper against my TA. And I know the counter to that. I rushed boots. I went Tango's 3 branches and I shipped out boots really fast. And I stomped my lane. Like, if you look at the graph at 10 minutes, look at this. Look at this. I beat this Viper, the counter pick, by the way, by 1500. And I thought I played really well, like the whole game. I'm just on top. But you guys will probably recognize this archetype of game before I talk about what you see right here in the net worths. But it's the type of game where it feels like you're winning when you're in the game, right? I got an Aegis. I'm super ahead. Our team is killing them on the map. Like, we're playing on my traps. Things are really good. But then suddenly it just gets really hard. And then you look at the win probability after, and it looks like this. This is the green line, and it's on their side for the whole game, despite my net worth being really high and me having an extremely good game. So this is a game where I muted, I believe, 3 out of 4 of my teammates pretty early on, which is pretty standard for me these days. In case it wasn't clear before, if you're laning against Viper as TA, this is the counter. So as you can see, I rushed boots. I actually got a wand. I started with... Okay, I actually didn't do the Tango build. That was probably another game. I started with a wand because I thought it was Spirit Breaker 3, and I thought it was going to be Viper mid, but it was a Viper offlane, so I literally went boots first item. And luckily I have a strong support in my CM, so I just call for the all-in here when I have my boots, and I have refraction up. And as you can see, he just melts. And after we kill him here, luckily the Spirit Breaker was away too. I mean, I knew that. That's why I went. But the lane's pretty easy from here, and I end up surviving here. And I have Tango's already on the courier. I have preemptive regen here. Damn. Come on, Ice Frog. I'm actually smurfing this. All right, but we're not coping. We're not coping here. Let's focus on my mistakes because I played this lane really well. And I mean, from here, after the Viper dies once, like, we can just all in him on command. And so that's exactly what happened. Yeah, I'm 3-0-1. I'm absolutely cooking this guy. I'm pretty sure I got some like solo kills on traps too. At this point, the game's looking really good. Like, it's 1v9able. My net worth is absolutely insane. 8k at 14 minutes is pretty good. Oh, I remember this play. This was a really bad play actually for me. So my Disruptor's chilling here with Static Storm, and I see this Void on the wave. So I'm like, I guess he's actually, okay, he's not a high level. He's level 9, like I'm level 12. He's the same level as my fucking Disruptor, okay. So we can Static Storm him and kill him, right? And the Viper is, oh, I guess they're smoked here. We don't know they're smoked here. But, and I don't see the rest of their heroes. But I call for a go on the Void, so this is pretty good. I think I messed this up. What actually happens? I wanted my Disruptor to just Storm and not Glimpse, but I wasn't close enough when they went here. Yeah, I'm not in range. If I'm in range right now... Okay, that's actually a really big mistake by me, because, I mean, he ends up dying, but I have to put myself out of position to kill him, so I want to walk in range ASAP. Oh, and I missed my Meld Strike. Okay, that's really bad. Yeah, so if I'm like here when he makes this play, this is a replay bug. He's not actually stormed. I guess I need to just trust that he's going to do his job, because part of me also wanted to like get vision. This is exactly what I'm talking about. It feels like I'm kind of playing like Tweaky. Like, this guy's job, he can Thunderstrike him and glimpse him whenever he wants. He has level 4 glimpse. Like, I shouldn't feel the need to like go give vision for him. Like, he's going to do it. But the reason, yeah. So I should just have faith in him to make the right play. And instead, I'm kind of out of position. I guess the right play would be to wait like here in the trees and then walk out when he glimpses him. And see, it takes me like 2 seconds. And I miss meld, which is like, it's just like so finicky. Like, that's a word that I can think of to describe it. Or like tweaky. Like, I'm just trying to do too much. I'm trying to like meld him from farther. I get it was pretty close. But I end up finishing him off, I believe. Yeah, he dies. But then I die. And if you're trying to 1v9 a game, you cannot be giving away a mega 5 kill streak to the enemy mid laner at all during the game. So this was pretty game losing. I'm trying to think of how I can put that as like a generalization for me to apply going forward. And I think it's just kind of trust my teammates to do their job. And if they don't, then it's not my job to do their job for them. And in Dota, when you force things, you end up dying. And that's what happened. It could have been so nice and clean if I was just like positioned here and we just kill him and then I walk back. And then the enemy team TPs. And then if I'm alive, like back here when all this is happening, we actually wipe them. And I'm pretty sure the game just ends from there. Man, it's so sad looking back because I'm so close to, you know, 1v9ing this game. But I make a couple just key, like finicky mistakes. Oh, this was also really bad. Okay. Can you guys guess what is about to happen here and how I feed? I don't want to say it's obvious because it might not be. It's obvious to me because I think about this a lot and it's something that's really hard for me, and it's having the discipline to not go high ground right here. And even though one person is down and I have a Desolator, like, it's just so early into the game, and instead we can go mid and just get these towers literally for free and take these towers and just control the whole map. This is also a force. So what I'm seeing here in my 2 depths is I'm just forcing things. If I think about this, they actually have a lot of damage for me. They have a very tanky Viper. They have a Chronosphere. They have a Global Silence. Like, they have a Finger. I can die twice, you know, fairly easily. And so I'm hitting, and it's fine. But again, like, I don't have to do this. I can just go mid. And I mean, I see Viper here, but he obviously has a TP. Like, my play is to go mid and just hit these towers and control the map and chill. You know, my team gets a lot of gold from the towers. That's another thing. That's really interesting because my team is super low net worth here. I'm 1v9ing, but if I take the towers, if we get 4 towers and an enemy Tormentor, like, they're going to get a lot of gold, and maybe they can help me more. I mean, yeah, that's obvious when I say it like this. Like, and then we just play the map, and people at this MMR will feed on the map, like, a lot. So I didn't need to I was the one who made this call. This was all on me. This is my bad, and this is just not clean by Krabby Dota. And so I die twice. It's a shame my OD was kind of far for an Astral, but again, like, I shouldn't be playing for that. I shouldn't be playing for the OD to, like, Astral save me in the Chrono, and he's even close to his BKB. Like, he's close to a really key item. My Tiny is not, and this doesn't really matter, but like, if he has BKB here, this is different. And if we're not fighting, like, right outside their T3, it's just different. And Odie would have his BKB if on the Spear Breaker's death we chose to take these 4 towers, or these 2 towers, you know? But instead I die twice. I hope you guys see what I mean when I say it's just forced. Like, this is a really, really hard play to go for, and we don't need to go for it. We can literally just chill and, like, take this whole map, farm for a really long time, extend our net worth lead, and that was my bad. And that's a game losing mistake, and I take full responsibility for that, and that is a mistake that I feel like I'm above, which is why I'm really frustrated watching this, because, like, I know, like, if you were to present me the play of us 5 here with TA Aegis and you ask me, Krabby, what should the Dire do here, I would not say go high ground. But when you're in the game, it's different, and you're just, like, kind of in this daze, or, like, sometimes I get in the flow state, which is a good thing, but I just need to check myself on the plays that I'm making, because if I were to have stopped and thought for a second, like, I would have gone mid or top. It's so obvious, and my team would have followed. Like, in a game like this, when you're literally 1v9, I'm 10-2, literally everyone else is having a bad game, like, they listen to you, you know, they listen to you. That's gonna be it for this video. Let me know your thoughts. If you have any feedback, comments, I love to hear them. I really appreciate them, and I hope this video is a little bit leaner than the last one. Peace.